Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, whatever it is over there for you guys. It's morning here, and finally we get another Swans game. Finally. I was annoyed. I was annoyed last week's game was postponed, but I did watch it the following morning, or the second half of it in bed. Good. I'm good. It's 7:30. Wait, Cat, which bit are you in? Brad. Hi, Brad. How many goals is Buddy gonna get? That's the question. That is the question. I'm waking up with a with an energy drink. Yeah, I still haven't got the old the Swan song yet. Come on, buddy. I haven't even looked at any of the results from today, to be fair. I've had a slight issue with my phone and sorting out apps and things. Let's have a gander. What were the results from today? Yes, I was told that. Screw Buddy. Screw Buddy. It's all about Razor's 350th game. Yeah, got my old Swans top on. I thought I would cover up the arms slightly today. The last few weeks has been pretty disappointing with sun, so I haven't really caught a tan. Let's have a look. What results have we got? Oh. Well, Hungarian Hustler, nice to have you, mate. Yeah, there can't be many games left, can there? There can't be many left before the old finals. Well, this was my point. I wasn't sure what games were going to end up being on because the amount of lockdowns you guys have currently got. Thoughts on Messi leaving Barcelona? Who's going to be able to afford the wages? That is my thoughts on Messi leaving Barcelona. Let's have a look at some of the results. Gold Coast Suns beat Carlton Blues. Richmond Tigers beat Kangaroos, but that's Kangaroos are what? Are they bottom of the league still? And we've got two games on at the moment. Adelaide versus Adelaide. Nice. Man, maybe PSG might be able to pay for it. Yeah, go the Swans. Swans are winning this, I reckon. Swans have got this. Any score predictions? That's what we like to do. Morning, Sean. What are the score predictions? I am going Swans to win by 20. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully next year, maybe September time, Fingers crossed I'll come down there. Swans, Swans, Swans. People are thinking Swans. There can't be enough Saints supporters in here. Another Swans. Swans have got this in the bag, I reckon, haven't we? Swans have been playing well the last few weeks. They've had some good performances. What's with that kit? It does seem like the AFL teams have far too many kits. No, Sean, I've got no refereeing. I'm not going to be refereeing until October now. With my Achilles tendons buggered, I was referred to the hospital for something called shockwave therapy, but I'm not getting it until September. So every Tuesday of September, I've got shockwave therapy. So, yeah, so I won't be refereeing until October, mate. Yeah, I was thinking because it might be some pride, something to do with pride, because yeah, the Saints have something on the back of their shirt, I think. They have a load of colours. Because it's a dog, Brad. Brad, dogs love everything that humans eat. I don't follow anyone in National Rugby League. I enjoy Rugby League, but there's no one I support. Oh, poor by the Saints. The Saints are going to be sinners. I'm surprised. There's space in the Discord if anyone's not got access to the game. If anyone's not got access to the game, you're welcome to join the Discord. It's on there. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I am planning on going down under in September-ish, possibly September. September would be a good time because the finals will be on. And that would be awesome to get to see a game. Jason! What was that? Can anyone explain how he missed that? He missed literally a 20 metre... anything within 20 metres. Oh, he needs a new shirt. He has literally just had his shirt ripped off his back. Yes. I think it's going to be 6-0 to the Swans. Got to be 6-0 to the Swans. Get rid of that mullet. Yes. 6-0. Piece of cake. How am I watching in the UK? Because I'm a genius. I've got a streaming server that I've got. It is 6-0. It's 6-0. Sorry. I will say it how I say it, and you will enjoy it. All right. It's 6-0 to the Swans. Nil means 0. And to be fair, Cat, stop, man, stop. Don't. Stop bigging up the mullet, Cat. Nice. Ah, fair play. Nice mark. Yes. We're getting more Swans coming in. He's going to try and score from the pocket. Sharman's going to miss, I reckon. He's going to miss. He's not going to get the 6 points. Scrap that. He did get the 6 points. 6-6. Well, I didn't want him to score, Cat, did I? I don't want him to score. I'll give you a time check. As soon as the time starts going again, I'll give you a time check. Hungarian Hustler. I don't think there is anything I struggle to understand in gameplay-wise. I think it's fairly straightforward. Like, as in the AFL ad I did the other day, Australian football rules. What rules? There aren't really many rules that you have to follow. The only real time you get a foul is when someone pushes someone when they're going for the ball. And that's about it, really. It's fairly straightforward. I think it's a funny one because it really was easy to pick up. Now, I love rugby union. I've really got into rugby union. I really enjoy it. But the rules can be really confusing. You know, when it comes to they're in a ruck and then all of a sudden there's a foul and you think, why? Whereas this, it's so straightforward, more or less. And so it is really easy just to watch. Add Grealish to City. It's the only way he's going to win anything. Goal for the Saints. Razor, don't let it stand, mate. Get the old video replay going again. Was there a touch? No. No touch at all. You don't even need a replay for that one. Nope. No touch. Straight through. Back in 2 seconds, guys. Emmett. Hi, Emmett. By the looks of the games, I know the time check, by the way, is 13, 18, 9, 17, 16, 13, 15 at the moment. By the looks of it, I know it's only nearly 7 minutes in, but it's looking a close game. I don't think there's a lot between the teams as it stands at the moment. Now, it's obviously a long game, and how many times have... Yes! 14 goals left to get, buddy. You're welcome to get them in this game, but I don't think you'll get them all. Yeah, I want to have a look at the table, see who is... Let's have a look at the league table and see who's where. So, well, on paper, Swans should win fairly easy. You know, looking at the league table, but on paper never means anything, does it? Let's be honest. What I'm... Oh, it's a scramble. It's a scramble in front of the goals. It's an interesting point, Kat, and I watched the Kangaroos the other week. And the Kangaroos were fantastic for the first half. But it seems that the better teams are able to last the full match, and the teams that are at the bottom of the table, you know, are only really holding on for the first half, and then they sort of crumble. That seems to be the big difference at the moment from what I'm seeing as an outsider. Chris, hi Chris. The channel's been going just over 6 months, 6.5 months, so it's been really quick. And I did my... Hang on. I did an AFL video. I was focusing on rugby to start off with. Yeah, I was focusing on rugby to start off with. I can't even think how long it's been. Maybe 3 months? Yeah, I think I've been following AFL for 3 months. I did a Aussie Rules Explained, and it did really well, views-wise. So I thought, I've got to explore it more because it looked intriguing. I started doing some... I did another video. I did best marks video, as you do. And then I watched... What was the first watch? I've got to find this out now. The first watch-along I did a watch-along... I find watch-alongs are great because people can explain what the hell's going on. I can't even think which the first watch-along was. Was it Eston versus Richmond? No, I think the first game I did was, yeah, it was Sydney Swans versus the Greater Western Sydney, and it just went from there. Lots of people were explaining. Basically, yeah, Kat says it right. Literally, the Aussies just kept watching my videos, and it, yeah. But Dave Bell kindly, I said because I've got no team that I support. I'm a neutral to it. I don't know who to support, and so Dave Bell sent me this Swans top, and so I thought, well, what better team to support? It's red and white. The problem is, the funny thing is, yeah, it's basically Dave Bell's fault that I support Swans now. I can't even think. What I'm losing track. I'm half watching this and half trying to talk. But yeah, I've been watching it almost every weekend since. Yeah, I've been watching it every weekend since. But yeah, the funny thing is, actually, in football, I'm a Southampton supporter, and we are the Saints. Southampton's. So technically, it probably would have been more in line with my football if I supported St Kilda because of the Saints. But red and white army. Yeah, I'm not really a glory hunter. Heavy H. If you join the Discord, make sure you stay on the watch long. Obviously, hang on. If you stay on the Discord, stay on here, but obviously join the Discord, and there's a live stream going on there. Arlo, I think I have a Peter Dacios video to do. It's just about getting around to doing it. Basically, yeah. That Devon Lord, that is basically what Dave Bell did. I'm learning... So I'm slowly learning players. McInerney is 27, and Buddy is obviously Buddy. And that is literally all I know, and it's so frustrating because I cannot... With all the mullets, it makes it very difficult to remember the players' names. Dacos? Yeah. It's not going to be the last time that someone corrects my pronunciation. Devon Lord, mate. No, not Devon Lord. Heavy H. Heavy H. If you click on the link in the pinned post, it'll just take you straight there, mate. Dacos. If I go on the highlights, so I've looked at quite a few individual players. Dacos, there you go, Dacos. Cat, that's all you had to say. You had to say it like Mark said it. Would have been that simple. My favourite player. This probably changes every week. Dacos, there you go. Favourite players so far from the highlighted players I've watched is either Buddy or Rioli. Yeah, I would say either Rioli or Buddy at the moment. Yes. Great mark. See, I'm not even calling it a catch anymore. It is a catch, but you lot moan at me when I say a catch. I do like Dusty. I thought Dusty was decent, but if you're asking what my favourite, if I'm being asked what my favourites were. Good, Thomas. Yeah, not bad. It's, what's the time now? It's 11 o'clock here. It's 11 o'clock. Been up, fed some cats, and rushed back. So all good. Lando, hi Lando. Yeah, I've got my top on. Oh. Oh, we're talking about the Lions and Springboks. So if anyone doesn't know, I've been doing the live watch-alongs for the British and Irish Lions Test Series against Springboks, and I don't know, Thomas, because both teams, Springboks and Lions, have been absolutely abysmal. So I really don't know. I think the Lions will win, but who knows? Oh. You tell him, Razor. Hi, Mandy. Yeah, someone else said this, Lando. Yes. I think it's straightforward, isn't it? Oh, I just kicked it to him. Oh, he scuffed that. Under pressure. Razor's a legend, mate, because he looks a little bit like me, I think, with my big forehead. He's not getting past 4 Swans. Well, I've said, right, this comes up in every AFL game, but when I get to 10,000 subscribers, I will eat some Vegemite wearing a mullet wig, alright? That's the best you're going to get for that. 10,000 Vegemite mullet. 1 million subscribers and I will grow a mullet, okay? That was the deal from weeks and weeks ago. D-Razor Kid. You asked what AFL team did I go for? Have a quick look. Have a look at what I'm wearing. Have a look what I'm wearing. Can you see? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Get it, get it, get it. Go, go, go. The one thing that does confuses me a little bit sometimes is the amount of times when a player has the ball and he's in plenty of space and he can run forwards and drive forwards with it, he will opt to kick it to try and get his teammate to get a mark. But the person he kicks to is right next to the opposition player. And I just think, I understand that it's a big pitch. And it's obviously, the ball moves quicker than a person. But sometimes you just think, you've just given it back to them. Yeah. Roth. Dave Bell bought me a Swans shirt. So Dave Bell in the chat has bought me sent me a Swans shirt, and yeah, that's what made my decision. Lando, I think it's if it's players that I've watched. If it's players I've watched rather than just did compilations on, as I said, the one Swans player that is drawing my attention is McInerney. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah, I think McInerney's the one Swans player that is kind of impressing the most. He seems fairly tenacious and wants the ball. Number 11. I'll keep an eye out for number 11. To make it to the grand final, I've seen a few of their games. You can't, because they are top of the table. I don't think you can look. Bulldogs are playing well. It's a tricky one because with the way the AF. Oh Jesus, that was dreadful. That was dreadful. With how your league finishes with the grand finals, you just don't know who's going to win. You can look at, I think maybe form is the best. Maybe form is the best way of predicting. Like I said, if you look at Swans, Sydney Swans have come right back into it now. You know, a few weeks, just over, a month ago, for example, it was a case of, are the Swans going to, get into the top 8? And now they are sitting in, 5th? Yeah, they're sitting in 5th with a... don't know if they'll get into 4th, but I think the best thing to do is look at the form, I suppose. Because look, Melbourne Demons were top of the league all season, haven't they? And they've just dropped down to 3rd. I'm gonna say my predictions for the grand final: Sydney Swans versus Melbourne Demons. That is my prediction. You may say I'm a complete idiot and that I have no idea, and you're right, I have no idea. But Melbourne Demons versus Sydney Swans in the grand final. I have been using Papley. I've been using the Flash Scores app. Not that you can really see. Anyway, yeah, I've been using the Flash Scores app to show me everything, because it means I can look at other sports as well. See, Rodney, exactly. Razor is clearly a legend, and I only say that because he's a short ass with a big forehead, just like me. Yeah, that's another one. I think Bulldogs are playing well, aren't they? They are playing well. Well done, buddy. Take him down. So why, at 32 seconds left of the first quarter, why was that? Why was the play stopped? Just because the ball was stuck under the player? There's a question what I don't understand. Thanks, Neil. But I've said this. I did GH. I did a video on Razor, and as a referee, I'm a football referee, as in soccer referee. And I like that referees sometimes have characters. Let's turn that down a little bit. Yeah, I like that referees have characters because it shows that referees are human. You know, we make mistakes. We have a soul, and you know, it's not right for us to take abuse and whatnot. So I like it when a referee has a personality and shows it during a game, because bear in mind the referee is a part of the game. You know, it's in football, soccer, it's 22 players plus the referee. It's 23. Yeah. I did get the big freeze, but it didn't look that interesting, Lando. That was my thing. Hi, Dan. Hello, Dan. Nunya. It is an interesting point. It is an interesting point, and the issue you get is, and it's exactly the same issue with football over here. So I'm a referee, and I played to, not to a high standard, but I played, and there's not the money in it. It's like, for example, ex-professional players, when they retire from playing, they don't become referees because they still need to earn a living. They become coaches and managers and pundits. They don't become referees because there's no money in it. So you can't get referees, very rarely, that have played at a good standard, that know the game in that sense. You know, there's not enough money in it. That's the issue. What can you do about it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't really get the big freeze, to be honest. It didn't look that... The video didn't look that interesting. And I need to be able to react to it. That's the only thing. Yeah, so everyone said about the AFL changing rules, well, laws it would be, changing the laws every few weeks, but I don't really... What laws are there to change? That's my query, is that I don't really know any of the laws that can be changed, because there aren't many laws. I did look at AFL Evolution 2. The only problem is the graphics and gameplay looked like it was a game from about 20 years ago. I did look at getting AFL Evolution 2 on the PC because I play on the PC. It just looked a little bit disappointing graphics wise. Okay, that makes sense if you're talking about how you interpret it, because things are subjective. And this is one of the big differences between football and rugby, is that in rugby, the laws are the laws, whether you like it or not, and it's not about subjectivity. Whereas in soccer, football that I referee, it's quite often down to the referee's lenience and their tolerance of what they see. So, 1 week, the problem is 1 week you'll get a referee that gives a certain foul, and then the next week a referee who doesn't see it as a foul. So I get what you mean, and I think that's the sport that you need the governing bodies to say, right, that is a foul. You must give that as a foul, because we have the same issue in football. If that makes sense, anyway, I hope that makes sense to what I said about the tolerance of the referees. Oh, I've said this. It's crazy that you've got 3 referees in the middle. I know it's a really big field. It's a really big field, pitch, whatever you want to call it. So it's hard for one referee to be keeping up with play the whole time. But yeah, but imagine if you've got one umpire in one quarter who is really strict with the rules and the laws, and then one umpire in the other quarter who is really lenient on the rules. As a team, and I understand as players, what are you meant to do then? You can't. You've got to change the way you play your game almost, depending on which quarter you're in. So it makes complete sense. It does make complete sense. Whereas obviously in our football, you get one umpire, one referee, and the changes have to happen every week because you don't know what the referee's tolerance is. Hi, Will. Yeah, it must be a little bit tricky for players, but at the end of the day, all I can say is, at the end of the day, players should know the laws of the game. The laws aren't changing. That's the thing. The laws are not changing. The strictness of how the umpires are enforcing it may change, but the laws are still the same. If you break the laws, you always risk being punished. That's all I can say on that, I suppose. Laws of the change in soccer, football changes, say, once a year. There might be updates and slight variations. Oh, that's a bad start.
That is a rarity. That is something you almost never see from the Swans, not having that last line of defence. They normally have the sweeper over the back.
The whole political side in sports. The thing with sports is a global phenomenon. Whatever sport it is, football, rugby, Aussie Rules, American football, NFL, NHL and all that. These sports have such an influence. And if they can get the political message across that is good, then I think it's probably a good thing. It's like, for example, if the Sydney Swans players said to, did a little advert and said, go get vaccinated, it's sort of political, but actually it's a good thing, and therefore they influence a lot of people, a lot of younger people as well, and people look up to them. So as long as the message is good, then sometimes I think it is right. But yeah, sometimes it can go overboard, but it's, once again, it's so subjective in what's gone overboard. So Dan, what you basically want to be looking at is the 4. So the first number is 6 points. So every time every time they get in the middle post, it's 6 points, and that just tallies up on the first score. The second number is the behind, which is through the side posts, which is 1 point. So basically, you think it's Sydney, for example, have scored 4 goals, so that's 4 times 6, and then they've scored 1 behind, which is 1 times 1. If we get talking about vaccines, then people should be taking it because it's proving to work. Just look over here. Yes, we got plenty of cases because it's not necessarily stopping people getting it. It's less likely to get it, but it's all about not being hospitalised and not dying. So yeah, take the vaccine. I had my second vaccine. I felt like death after it. I had my second vaccine on the 26th of the 6th. 26th of the 6th. So I've had mine a while now. And I'm 31, so... the problem is there's always the people that have got their little tin hats on that think there's conspiracy theories. Oh, they're putting trackers in us or all that nonsense. Guys, if you haven't already, there's quite a few people in the watch along. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's plenty of Aussie Rules content. There's plenty of Australian content. Lots of rugby content. Other sports as well. I did a video today on Trugo. I bet you guys have not heard of Trugo. But it is another sport that was invented in Melbourne. It's like backwards croquet with like a rubber ring. So yeah, hit the like button and the subscribe button, guys. Yeah, I've watched a couple of the honest government videos, and that was one of the points. They want people to go get vaccinated, and they haven't actually got any vaccinations to give. Well, to prove that how good vaccines are, if you're just looking at cases, the UK has basically no restrictions anymore for the last couple of weeks, and our numbers have gone right down. I say right down, gone from 30 odd thousand to about 20,000. So with very little hospitalisation. So yeah, if you can, get your jab. If I can influence anyone. Yes. Very good. That goal was almost out of nowhere. 36-32.
That's where you understand the frustrations of coaching, isn't it? Fred Ratton can't believe it. They're playing well. They've got themselves in the contest. A good intercept mark.
It's a close game so far. It's a close. I thought it would be a close game to start off with by the first quarter's performance, but hopefully St Kilda will lose. Maybe their fitness won't be as good, or they won't finish the game well, and Swans will push away.
He has been exceptional since the bye. In fact, he's had a strong year, but since the bye, he's gone to another level. Look at some of the names that he's in front of there in terms of player ratings.
Beautiful kick of the footy is Dawson. Steals is bundled over by the strong body Kennedy. Lloyd floats it forward. Now Papley. Left footer to a contest on the wing. Caulfield uses his body nicely. Brings himself in possession. Marshall. Steele. Caulfield takes on the tackler. Shrugs it. Progresses.
Will, you can't have been subbed for 1 year because I've only been going nearly 7 months. Someone's maths is out of whack. But Dieter, that's the fact that from September you can get yours. Like I said, I'm 31 and I was vaccinated in June. I was vaccinated in June for the second time. We're now getting on to 16 to 18-year-olds. So, yeah. Half a year, there you go. Close enough. Is anyone's predictions changing? Talking about commentators, Mr. Puniverse. I had a commentators video that was going to go up today, and it got about 8 copyrights. So I've literally been cutting out all the copyrighted bits. So that was meant to come up today. Yeah, that was meant to come up today, best commentators moments, but it's taken ages to get rid of all the copyright stuff. But no, I don't really remember the names. My favourite part of being on YouTube, bearing in mind I never expected to grow as quickly as I did, and actually it becoming a sort of a third occupation. But I think my favourite bit is the fact that it sort of builds a community. You know, if you look at the Discord, there's always the same people talking, and it's great. And it's that community. The fact that people want to join the chat, you know, the watch long, just to talk about the sports, whether that's football, rugby, or Aussie Rules. That's what's brilliant. You know, we're all watching the game together and talking about the sport because we love watching it. I think Swans will push away in the second half. Maybe a little bit like last week. I loved eating the Kiwi food, Will. The Kiwi food was so good. Umpires and referees are all unbiased. Alright? They're all unbiased. Don't be bitter. Don't be bitter. The only problem, Roth, is surprises do happen. Just because Swans should win on paper doesn't mean they will win. Same in any sport. Technically, any team can win. Razor Ray did not score the goals last week, did he? It was the Swans players that scored the goals, so they won the game, not the referee. When I come, I am planning on coming down under next year. The only issue is I could probably only come down under for 3 weeks. 3 weeks is probably the max I can do. So there's only so much I can do in such a big country. Yeah. I do have an Aussie that I've been talking to a lot that is doing an itinerary for me as well. Because I made the point that Australia is expensive and it's going to cost me an absolute bomb. And he basically said, oh, well, sort of, yeah, but insider knowledge and all that. So he's doing me an itinerary of things to do. So we'll see. I've never been to Australia. My dad found long lost cousins in Australia, about 40 minutes outside of Sydney. So he's been a couple of times for about a month at a time. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do. Just even one game. I expect it'll be either Melbourne or Sydney. It would be awesome to go to the Melbourne cricket ground after seeing that in VR. That was impressive. So fingers crossed I can go to a game. We'd have to be able to get a ticket first as well. Hey, if you can get... the problem is, because I don't know anything yet, what I'll end up doing... I think what I'll end up doing is... what I'll end up doing is maybe doing... I'll be doing some videos when I go down under, because I'll have to... Because I'm self-employed, you've got to try and stop the tax man taking the money. So, most of my Aussie trip will be under work expenses and for work. So, I'll be taking my video and stuff. So what I'll end up doing is putting on Discord that I'm going down under and when I'm going, and that I'll put it on YouTube as well. And the ideal thing, actually, it'll be me and the wife. But what would be awesome is if when I come down, that people, you know, I can meet up with people. I can see people that I've been talking to, you know, in YouTube and Discord. And actually meet up with people. I'm planning on doing that here as well with rugby. I want to go to a London Irish game and meet up with people. That would be awesome. Just to, you can almost then put a face on who you've been talking to. No dramas. How can you do that? So, that is some confidence, Kat. That is some confidence. It just amazes what... Get it, touch it. Don't let him turn. Oh, one, that's okay. What I love about the MCG, for example. Now, I'm not a cricket fan. I'm really not interested in cricket. I think it's boring as anything. So our cricket grounds, I live really close to, what do we call it now? We call it the Aegis, but it's, because that's the sponsor, the insurance company, but it was the Rose Bowl, which is I think it's the home of English cricket in Southampton. But it's nothing, you know, our cricket stadiums are nothing compared to your big ones, such as, you know, even this one. Is this the the AMI or whatever they call it? And it's nothing compared to some of your big ones, you know. Even the Sydney cricket ground, Melbourne cricket ground, that ours are tiny, and that's what amazes me. For a cricket ground, yours are absolutely huge. That's awesome. Oh yeah, football prices over here to get tickets can be absolutely insane sometimes. Kids tickets are normally okay. Jesus, $20 is nothing. $20 is what, £14? Something like that over here, which is absolutely nothing. Quite often, if you're going to get, if you go to London and get a ticket at Arsenal or Chelsea or whatnot, you're looking probably 60 quid plus, which for you, that's about, I don't know, $80. The Gunner. I'm happy to do more Australian soccer, football. It's just having the videos to do and knowing what are the good videos, because we had the issue the other day of, I did a video that was recommended to me, but it was utter rubbish. And so everyone was like, this is dreadful, this video. So it's knowing what are the good videos to do that people want to watch. So if you know any, if you've got any good videos to link to me, put it in my Discord suggestions, and I always scroll through there. Come on, buddy. Buddy is taking no shit at the moment. On him like a rash. Yeah. It's disgusting, some of the prices. But what's interesting is actually, if you go over to Germany, Germany are really reasonable on prices for season tickets and things. Yeah, if you look at prices for the Bundesliga, their games, it's ridiculously cheap.
Grabs it out of the ruck, screws off the outside of the boot, and we just got a touch. No audio coming from the camera down there. You can hear every bump and exclamation.
Is this Swans game on free to air TV, by the way? Because quite often I will get, if it's on paid TV, I'll get loads of people in the Discord, but yeah, I haven't got many people in the Discord watching, so I'm assuming it's on free to... No, it's not on free to...
Your answer there, Jason. Free kick to Reed, half back. 2 goals for the Saints, 1 for the Swans for the term. Sydney prepared to go back and across, switch to the outer side. Fox. Lloyd.
You don't have a TV that plugs into the wall. Wow. Well, remember, if you guys don't have access to the game, if you're joining and you don't have access to the game because it's on paid TV, yeah, if you don't have access, join the Discord. The game's showing on in there. You got your streaming. But I said, if anyone needs access to the game, I provide a service almost, and the game is showing in the Discord. No, I don't. No number on the back. I had to look because I couldn't remember. Yeah, remember as well, hasta la vista, that football makes most of its money from TV rights. The Premier League makes so much money from TV rights that actually... Swans need to buck their ideas up. Hi, number one fan. Yeah, doing okay. It's been a better week this week. It was a tough last few weeks I've had. But yeah, it's been a fairly good week this week. Me and Charlie had our anniversary yesterday. We have been married for 5 years. So that was exciting. Well, it wasn't that exciting. It was crept up upon us. Well, Neil, you said it's on pay TV, but then the Rhymister said it's on Channel 7 Live, so for free. That's my collection of orcs, 40k Warhammer, because I'm cool.
Game high 17-point lead to the Saints that kick 3 out of 4 for the term. Sydney needing to hit the scoreboard. Kennedy drives it forward to Franklin. Hayward at ground level. Tried to get it out towards Rowbottom. Franklin again. It's McKenzie and Sinclair combining off half back to find the hands of Steele. McJones, centre
I find so. Obviously, when I first started learning about Australia more by doing the videos, from a Northern Hemisphere person in UK, I never realised how big Australia was. Australia is huge. It's the size of the United States. It's the size of Europe. And it just amazes me, the size, because obviously if you look at maps shrink the Southern Hemisphere. So you don't realise how big certain places are. It's amazing how you guys cope with things like timetables and with TV and things. It's travel must. Oh, it's absolutely insane. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Swans. Swans can't seem to do anything with it at the moment. Once again, if anyone wants to watch the game and hasn't got access to it, join the Discord. It's in there on the streaming channel. Yeah, it's mad. It's hard to comprehend because I live in the UK. Because I live in the UK, you can literally travel half an hour down the road and you get a different accent. You know, everything is so close, really. You know, I find a 3-hour drive too much. Going down to Devon or somewhere, Cornwall or somewhere like that. Come on. Don't let him... Good, he got a touch to it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think the Swans could do with getting this quarter over and done with. 4 bloody days. Jesus Christ. Christ. And think, I'm in just above Southampton in the UK, in England. I think I could roughly travel 9-10 hours and I'll be at the top of England. Or top of UK, I'd be in Scotland. So 10 hours and I'll be in Scotland driving. Guys, if you haven't already, as there's a quick break in play, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot. It would mean a lot to me. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I said I'm just above Southampton. We could happily holiday in Devon or Cornwall, which is like 3 hours away. Because it's completely different. It's completely different to where we live. Robert, what do you think? Have a look. Yeah, I am supporting the Swans. They need to start performing though. I don't know. Poor old Razor. You need to leave him alone. Need to leave him alone. That's okay. I won't hold it against you. AB does stuff.
Highest scoring team in the competition over the last 4 or 6 weeks. Just been stifled in this turn by the St Kilda defence. Dawson, high ball. And St Kilda always seem to have the extra number, and it's Burns.
The problem with
Couple of metres on Fox. How will it sit? The goal on the
the problem with getting stuff, the AFL stuff and whatnot. I was actually going to become a Swans member for next season. There wasn't really much point this year, but I probably will become a Swans member next year. Then you get some stuff sent over as an international member or something. But it's just the shipping and things. That's the only issue. I'll show you what else I've got in a minute. I have got something else, but it is a replica from AliExpress. Mate, I've still been asked to umpire to umpire rugby, so and I still haven't got around to that. So I could be a goal judge. That would be easy, wouldn't it? That would be a piece of cake. I'll only have to move a couple of metres.
Started at Yarra Glen for your netty club, and it's taken off. About diversity in the community, inclusion, acceptance. Great to see
Yeah.
people supported.
Yeah, no worries, Freddie. I've got their back. To be fair, Freddie, I ordered a Southampton Football Club top the other day, last week, which has just arrived in the country. I did a video. If you're interested, I did a video. I did a video on should you buy a replica kit from China or should you buy a club kit, and. So I sort of understand buying an official kit for the AFL because they rely on the money a lot more. However, from my chat with Andrew, the umpire that I did, AFL is storing a lot of cash, and not necessarily spreading it fairly. But when it comes to teams like Southampton, my team, you know, we've got a billionaire owner that doesn't spend money on improving the team. So why should I give them money? And, you know, why should I give my billionaire owner more money when he can't even, he doesn't even want to invest in players for our team? So sometimes yes. When a club really relies on merchandise, then yes, you should buy it from them. But when you've got a greedy billionaire owner, no, I've got no interest. So I think that's the difference. If you're supporting, for example, a lower league football club, then yeah, buy their merchandise because they rely on it. That's what keeps them, afloat, pays the players' wages and things. But no, not when you got billionaire owners. No chance. I did, yeah, I did. Most clubs are owned by the AFL, really. Some are owned by members, but I would be completely unbiased. Rhymister. As I said, Australia is not real. Just ask a flat earther. Yeah, I struggle with 3 hours. I'll show you my other top. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. I will show you my other top I've got.
Since we first opened our doors in 71, fashions have come and gone, as have you, our wonderful crew. You've been part of every road trip and every Aussie childhood. From the moment you first put on the
I've returned. Right.
perseverance.
So, I did buy a while ago.
We want to say thanks to all our crew, past
I did buy this shirt, this top. I thought I liked the Indigenous top. But with the difference with this one, because most of my tops that I buy, most of them, I normally put the year of birth and my last name. So, not quite as legit. This sort of ruins the legitness of it. But I do have that on the back. But like I said, that's because that's what I always do with my shirts. Normally get my last name and number 90. So, yeah. Maybe I'll swap. Shall I swap kits? Yeah, swap kits. Swap kits, what do you think?
Did someone say KFC?
Yeah, that's the thing. When would
Sometimes, no matter how hard you might try, you cannot.
when would Aussies ever need a scarf in your temperature? Yeah, I'll swap. We've done the first half with this one. Dave Bell, if you're still here, hope you don't mind. I'm going to swap. Hang on.
Relieve nervous tension and promote a deep, restful sleep. Take 2 after your evening meal and wake feeling refreshed and well rested. Right now at Chemist
Well,
Warehouse,
going.
Go Healthies, Go Magnesium Sleep is
We're
just
swapping.
$14.99. Live look feel well at Chemist
Hang on.
Warehouse.
Ugh. Here we go.
The new Ford Ranger FX4 Max. Work.
There we go. We've swapped. It is a cool top. It is a cool top. Almost needs taken in there. I need bigger muscles. Oh, mate, you say about my name. This is the problem. My last name is Crook. I'm happy to say what my name is. Just don't go stalking me. My last name is Crook, so I assume the original origins of Crook is a shepherd's crook. But as a kid, you know, you get called a thief and everything. You know, you get that. And then my first name's Rob, Robber. You know, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not a good mix. But hey ho, I don't mind my name.
New season begins Sunday, August 15 on A&E or watch on demand.
Oh God.
This is crazy. I think he's getting the hang of it.
If you haven't subscribed, I am on 6,659 subscribers. Now, if one person subscribes, I will be on 6666. Doesn't really mean anything, but it's exciting, isn't it? All the sixes. Now, to be fair, normally I get called Rob the Knob. That's the kid's insult, being called Rob the Knob, because knob rhymes with Rob. You know, basic insults, but effective. Ensel Pencil. Who calls you that, Will? Oh, I won't tell you my middle names then, because one of my middle names isn't very good. Yeah, I'm currently watching on Fox 504. So I do get the Australian. I could watch it. I don't know if it's on BT. I think they do show the games on BT Sport as well. But yeah, I'm watching on Cat. They must call you Kitty Cat. If people don't call you Kitty Cat, then I'll be shocked. Who am I going for? People need to look at the top before they ask. Cat. Surely people call you Kitty Cat. That is the most obvious one. The most obvious thing.
Good kicking is good football indeed. What about the Swans? We know their ball movement is the best in the competition, but the Saints have been able to get them on turnover.
Yeah, 6 goals from turnover from St Kilda, which is great because Sydney are the best ball.
Sorry, Nicholas, my friend. But you know, red and white's the best colour, isn't it?
And hit the scoreboard with those 6 goals won from turnover. That's a part of the game that the Swans pride themselves on. So St Kilda should be wrapped with that.
You spoke before the game about the Saints need to move on from Ryder in a sense when he's not here, and for Martin to really stand up. He's done that.
You have a habit of scaring people, Cat.
Like you said, more about standing up rather than moving on. And I thought Marshall's second quarter was amazing. I mean, you know, wowzers, 12 possessions in the Pretty quiet in the first term, both of them, but Marshall got
As I said,
ground level as well.
cricket is one of the most boring sports. This is going to be the issue. This is going to be the issue, Jarhamix. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of Aussie sports to watch in your summer, in our winter, because cricket is so boring. It's so boring. I cannot be watching a sport that goes on a whole day. Or it's like even 2020. Come on, even 2020. However, I've seen in England they've started doing the 100, basically 100 balls, which might be a little bit easier to watch. Are we talking about Celtic Football Club? Because if we have, they are not having a good start to the season. Knocked out of the Champions League already.
We know that the Saints need to win tonight and continue winning if they're to make the finals.
I know. All right. I tell you what. I will try after the AFL season finishes. I will try and watch some cricket, some T20 or something. The issue with the rugby. The issue with the Olympics at the moment is that all the sports have been at, in our night time, in the middle of the night. So I've had no connection to the Olympics this year. We've had it's been shown, but I'm in bed, I'm asleep. So roll on in 2023 when it's in France. I think is it in 2023, 2024 when it's in France, because yeah, at least it'll be a sensible time for us. 2024, yeah. Yeah, plenty of people have said that. But it's given me absolutely no connect to the Olympics. It's been shown on the BBC over here, and they've shown the highlights and we can watch the highlights in on the BBC iPlayer and things, but it's just yeah. I think it's been dreadful. I'm just not interested in it.
It doesn't take much to turn any night into a delight. Just a little effort from you.
There's a lot of Riolis by the sounds of it.
Dr. Urco Ristorante. Pizzeria taste, surprisingly, from your freezer.
Well, maybe I'll be watching more.
Is it the place you
Maybe I'll try and watch some more A-League football during our winter, your summer.
or the business you put everything into?
I don't know how football players down under cope with the heat though, because that must be really tough playing football in your summer. Well, that doesn't sound very good, Reese. Oh no, I'm sure the A-League isn't very good, but if you guys, well, by the sounds of it, not many of you guys watch it. Do you think more people watch the cricket or the A-League? I'm going to assume the cricket. I don't think I'm going to be watching any hurling. I really want to watch some hurling, but my plan today, I'll give you my plan today. So we'll obviously watch the rest of this game.
Right now with Now, enjoy a $2,000 cash bonus when you refinance your home loan.
Yeah, my plan this weekend, or today, because obviously it's currently, it's currently 12 midday here. Watch the rest of this, and then I've got to do some housework, and then I have got my favourite black lab staying called Jet, so I've got him staying for a week. I've got to take him and another dog and my dog for a walk wherever she is, and then I'll be watching the British and Irish Lions game at 4:50, 5 o'clock my time. So that is my plans, and then what am I doing tomorrow? I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. I know Charlie, my wife's, she's got a week off starting tomorrow, so she may want to spend time with me. I could. I don't think Charlie will be too happy with me though. That's the only problem. Toby Green. See, he's an arsehole. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. They're talking about Toby Green, right? He's basically gone into a player and elbowed him in the face, okay? I did the video on him, okay, and I was appalled and disgusted by him, right? And then in the comments, oh no, he's a changed man. Oh, now he's our captain. You know, oh, he's a changed man, all of that. Clearly not. He's clearly an absolute dick. Yeah. Oh, they'll yeah. You say they'll appeal. That's fine. They'll appeal, but the evidence is there. I've just literally watched it. He's just gone into the player and elbowed him. You know, why? How would he get off? With the video evidence, how can there be any appeal? I'm sorry. This is the issue. This is the issue. He shouldn't have even been allowed to carry on in the game. And we'll get to this again. We'll talk about this again because I haven't spoken about this. We haven't done an AFL watch along for a while. But this is the reason why there should be red cards or yellow cards in AFL. I'm sorry, but if you elbow someone in the head just like that on purpose or punch someone, then you do not deserve to be on the pitch any longer. It is disgusting. It's not a part of the game, like some people say, oh, it's a part of the game. No, it's not. No one signs up to be elbowed or punched in the face. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. That is the reason why red cards. There's no reason why they can't see it. If there was a video referee like TMO in rugby, or even like VAR in football, a television match official can see that. No, you don't have players faking it. How can you have players faking it? I'm on about being purposely punched or elbowed in the face. How can someone fake being elbowed in the face? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think that's a wrong thing. I'm sorry. It's disgusting. Yeah, no, Nunya, that's wrong as well. The amount of people that have said, oh, it's a part of the game. Or the other thing is exactly what you've said, Nunya. Oh, yeah, but if you take the player off, then the other team can't get revenge. So you want your team to get revenge and get suspended themselves, because that's what would happen. That makes me so cross, that argument of how your team, you know, can get revenge. No, the revenge, there's no need for revenge if the player's off the pitch, because like I said, if your team are trying to then get revenge, they've got the chance of getting suspended themselves and therefore costing your team, you know, in the future. That's wrong. I'm sorry. That's the arguments that are put forward are piss poor, basically. Absolutely piss poor. No, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of a soccer mind, but I'm also looking at rugby. In rugby, that would get stamped out, and it wouldn't happen. And look how good rugby is. I've been watching rugby. That would not stand in rugby, and the player would be sent off. Okay, and you can't say, oh, about rugby, can you? Hello, Pix. You coming up? Come on then. Come on. Good girl. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. He should be sent off. It's true though, Will. It's true. No one signs up to get punched in the face, do they? Let's be honest. It's... Oh. Yeah. She's a... After... Yeah, it shouldn't be a pitbull. Anyway, on a different note now, Pixie's here. She's been struggling a little bit since we had to put Joey to sleep a few weeks ago. Yeah, Freddie, I am because it makes me really cross that I'm sorry if it offends you. Yeah, I changed it. Yeah, I changed it to the yeah, I did change it. On a side note, Pixie is a little bit... I think she's a bit sad, and since we had to put Joey to sleep a few weeks back, she's been very vocal, very needy, very demanding of attention. So she's struggling a little bit. Yeah, that's partly why it's been a tough few weeks. Has anyone sent a video of their cocky telling you to get... No, I don't think they have. No. You say... Mr. So, right, if we get back on... I'm happy to get back on the sending off conversation. Okay. So, I say there was... The arguments so far, okay. The arguments so far. The arguments so far then of players, why you shouldn't send off players are: it's not a part of the game. Nonsense. Punching someone in the head is not a part of the game. The second thing, hi Jack. The second thing that people say is, yeah, people have said, oh, you might get the decision wrong. No, if you have video referee, you don't get the decision wrong. A clear punch in the head or an elbow in the face is obvious, because that's all I'm talking about. And the third thing that was just said is about how it then affects the rest of the team and the game. Yeah, but a sending off is a punishment for the player and the team. That's what it is. It's a deterrent. I think the problem is a lot of Aussies that are adamant that you shouldn't have sending offs are looking at it completely wrong. The red card is a deterrent. Umpires don't want to give red cards. Referees, we don't want to give red cards, but if you do an action that is punishable by a red card and it is violent, then it's punishing your team. That's the thing. Hang on. Yeah, she's go. Look, see, it really hurts. That's the way you need to look at a red card. It's not something referees and umpires want to give, but it's something that's needed. So hopefully, if you give a red card, they won't do it again. Or people won't do it in the first place because they know they'll get sent off and their team will suffer. That's the way you got to look at it. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's move on. Cameron, if we're talking about Toby Green, right? He wasn't doing it to protect himself at all. He went in, both players went in to get the ball, and he went like that. That's not protecting himself. That's nonsense. I'm sorry. That's absolute nonsense. The difference is Rhymies. To one, you're all used to that. That is, if you go in with your feet, I think that's violent conduct. But if you're going in with your knees, you're almost, it's almost a cushioned up. Anyway, he wasn't Freddie. Come on, he wasn't shrugging out of it. That is not shrugging out of it. Come on, you're kidding yourselves. If I'm watching that as a neutral, that is not shrugging out of it. You're kidding yourselves. I'm sorry, you're absolutely kidding yourselves. That's a red card offence, Agent Orange. That's a red card offence. In any other sport, you know, what's the difference between that with his elbow straight into his face and that straight punching someone in his face? Touched the ball, sadly. Yeah, I think... Oh, did he? Yeah, because his finger goes back. His finger goes back. You if you say cards didn't work, that's wrong as well, because look, they have yellow and red cards in the lower leagues in Aussie Rules. So that's not true, is it? It's just not true. The problem is... Hi, Matthew Haynes show. We're just discussing red cards and Toby Green.
Finger there for Nick Caulfield. Had a pretty good first half. Really, the 9 disposals, 3 marks off the opposition. He's been dropped 3 times this year. Caulfield, game number 50 tonight.
I don't really know what you mean, Ponce. Cat, I have literally not done any videos. I've not got any videos coming up. I did have a Jonah from Tonga Chris Lilly video, but it's got blocked at the moment, so I'm just waiting for the dispute. I did have an AFL commentary video that was meant to go up today, and it will go up this week, but I'm just getting rid of any copyrighted bits. Yeah. I'm not in a hole, Freddie. Sadly, I'm not in the hole, mate. I'm not in the hole. If you think elbowing someone in the face is acceptable and isn't violent conduct, then that's on you. If you guys, once again, if you guys, if the lower leagues have it without video assistant, right, or video replays, then there's no reason, and it's successful there, there's no reason it shouldn't be an AFL. There we go. With the technology as well. Simple. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm not saying him getting off it was correct. I'm not saying it's correct that he got off it, because if it was an elbow, he should have been sent. He should have been sent off. He should have been punished. Yeah. Yeah. The Rhymester. That is the point. It's a deterrent. You're letting your team down. Yes. Come on. We've got to fire up, Swans. It's a deterrent. That's what you guys need to look at. It's a deterrent. After watching Toby Green, mate, it's not difficult to think he's a disgraceful player that is violent, and yeah, he's a disgusting player. I'm sorry. Exactly, Matthew. Thank you very much. They stop the fighting, they stop the violent conduct before it even happens, because you know you're going to get punished if you get caught doing it. That's all I'm going to talk on it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Roth, yeah, trust me, I've seen the video. All Toby Green does is let his team down, because if he gets suspended, he's then not around for then the next however many weeks, and he lets his team down. That's all he is. He's a liability to his team. You can't tell me otherwise, sadly. Can you stop eating my finger?
They need to continue to be efficient inside 50 if they want to knock off the Swans. And they'll get another crack at it. Membry felt the pressure, so he tried to go back to Webster. But the ball didn't sit for him. And Goulden, probably the best first-year player in the competition, did it nicely. And again, they get it to Wicks.
Riley, it doesn't just let himself down, it lets his team down. That's what I'm trying to stress.
McCartan in a little bit of space. Has Goulden there for support. He's able to get under the Membry.
Yeah, she's normally pretty good. She just keeps trying to eat my hand. This is the thing, and you don't get me wrong. I think the suspensions are great as long as they are suspended. Suspensions are great because it is another deterrent, but you need a deterrent on the pitch because technically, I've said this. Technically, you can murder someone on the pitch. You could physically murder someone on the pitch, and you're allowed to stay on and play the rest of the game. Yeah. Well, that's fine. I don't mind a conversation. I don't mind. I was saying we're moving on from sending offs and yellow cards, but I don't mind having an argument on the other side, a reason not to have them, but they've got to be arguments that are actually sensible. That's my only thing. You know, it's got you. My arguments I put forward are real, legit arguments. Whereas arguments quite often coming back, they're not. They've got no sense to them. And that's all I expect. If someone's going to argue against my point, that the actual argument has to be valid. And stop eating my finger. Look. This is what I'm putting up with. Sin bins are fine. Sin bins are a great deterrent as well. As I said, guys, once again, if there's videos you want to share to me, because there's things I don't. There's videos I don't know about. There's things I don't know about. Hang on. You need. I really need people to suggest videos. Send me the links in Discord, for example. Join the Discord. Join the Discord and send me suggestions for videos in the suggestions channel, and then I will do my best to do them. The commentators say Sydney are dominant at the moment, but it doesn't matter how dominant you are if you don't score. I'll have a teaspoon of a tablespoon of Milo in the between the quarter. Come on, in you go. Yes. 51-45. Swans are still in it. Ah, you motherfucker, Picks. Just put your claws away. No. She's just eating me. As long as the recommendations are not direct from the AFL channel, I've got more chance of not getting them blocked or copyrighted. Quite often the ones direct from the AFL channel, I've got no chance. I've tried a few times and no chance. Oh, spitting. Spitting is a red card offence in every sport. Spitting's one of the worst things you can do. Really is a vile thing to do, spitting.
Looking for another clearance. Steele trying to do something about it. Jones as well. Nice shimmy and dummy.
Oh, nice move.
Turns on Jones, takes a bounce. Drops it forwards. Kent, whistle on play. Downfield. It's going the way of Kent.
Against Dawson. So he's just kicked one. Now he's given a downfield free kick, which should result in a goal to Dean Kent. He's going to go round the corner from there.
You love this.
As long as if he kicks it, that's fine.
Kicked one and missed one that he didn't want to really have a go at. No problem at all for Kent. Immediate response and a big one for St Kilda.
2 goals in it so far then. There's a 2-goal difference.
They do a lot.
You're naughty, aren't you?
Top of the news seats a tiny little coat hanger. It's probably been over accentuated by Zach Jones, but if the touch is there, do it. This is becoming more and more the norm, isn't it?
I think
Almost directly in front.
I think at most sports in the 70s and 80s especially were completely different to now. I think a lot's changed. And I think things have changed for the better, let's be honest. Am I following the showdown? What's the showdown?
2016 grand final loss. He was able to draw a free
You can. Or post it in the video afterwards, Robert.
much needed goal after Sydney had been dominating.
Honestly, you are doing my head in picks.
They're going to win it out of the centre again, and it's quickly towards the winner one-on-one. This time he's going to get a free kick.
So much for Razor being on the side of the Swans. Oh no, he is. He gave a free kick to us. Well done, Razor. Just when we need you, mate.
Use my strength. He's been signalling to his teammates. They've been reluctant to do it.
Okay.
Slowly, they've hung on to it.
Yeah, I did see they were playing. What is the score?
In size and strength that you
Let's
highlight.
have a look.
It's going to be nearly impossible for Wilkie to manage body on body in a situation like that.
I think the Crows are going to win this one.
Buddy doesn't need much of the
It's quite a low-scoring game, though.
second. He smashes into the woodwork again for the Swans. And a let off.
Who do I think is going to win the Premier League? It's going to be either Man United or Man City. That's my prediction. And unless my team, Southampton, hurry up and sign some new players, we'll be in the relegation battle again.
Wilkie, Caulfield. Hill. Switches on to Ross. Balls from Seb. They come from Sinclair, who's got a further.
Come on, Swans.
Burns. Drops the footy forward. Swans have got the numbers in the air. They don't leave anyone on the back.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
To King. Tight angle for King. He has kicked. King has got
Come on.
the Suns get 2 on the
If we're talking about Southampton, we just sold our striker. It's looking possible that, well, our left back left and we got a youngster in.
Particularly dangerous here. This is clever from McKenzie here. Realise he's a left footer, not on the right.
Oh, that was a tight angle. Yeah, it's looking like James Ward-Prowse may possibly go. Vestergaard, our centre-back, may go. And our recruitment over the last 4 or 5 years has been dreadful. So, no signs of players coming in yet.
That gets St Kilda fans reasonably excited, and the coach.
Sure does. 10 goals, 3. That'll have them all.
Well, there's 30 minutes left. Time check is 10:20.
Really nice response by St Kilda after they were challenged. They kicked the last 2. Heaney starting to get busy, and they win another centre clearance to Swans. Franklin wanted the free kick. He played for it that time. Ray Chamberlain in game 350 didn't fall for that. Allowed the mark, and now St Kilda of Hill. He's worked himself up to dispose of number 17.
It's a lazy hand pass, and it's a slow hand pass.
Yes, that's a poor, poor pass.
He waits until they're under pressure, then he delivers the poor hand pass, then they kick it out of the full. That's just sloppy.
He's frustrated with Ray Chan. He didn't feel he moved off his mark. They called him to play on.
No problem, Will. No problem.
Mark is going to send it.
This is replying to people, especially the people that come up quite often. Is what's made the doing YouTube as enjoyable as it has, because it's amazing to think people are even interested in what I've got to say, because I'm an idiot just saying what comes to my head first. Oh, come on. But yeah, getting to know people and communicating. I've got people that message me almost every day on Instagram as well. And then there's the Discord. So actually that's what I enjoy about talking to people. And yeah, that's what's making it enjoyable at the moment. Yeah, Leeds have done well. Leeds did very well last season. I don't see why they won't do well again this year. Problem Ponce is that I will be working. I only really watch the games. If I can watch, I'll only really be able to watch the games that are like 7:40 or 10:40 my time, which is I think your late afternoon or evening games. But the problem then is that your evening is my morning and I'm working, so during the week. So yeah.
Max King. It's like getting an adductor potentially worked on. Keep an eye on that one as Heaney getting busy this quarter. Goes inside 50. St Kilda's got the extra number. Coffey got an important hand to the ball. Got it towards Wilkie and now Hill. Can he find another mark coming out of defence? He did it well. Kent. Oh, Stiff got to get the free kick. He had the arms chopped.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Melbourne City owned by the same people that own Man City. They'll have some money being pumped in by the Arabs or the Saudis. Time check, I'm on 8 minutes. Come on, Swans. It's looking a little bit scruffy at the moment. They're struggling to find space, both of the teams. Did the rugby league? It got postponed. I know Australia and New Zealand pulled out of the rugby league World Cup. I didn't know it's been postponed. Cape Town City's also owned by Man City. Jesus Christ, what's his name? Masood, whatever his name is buying everyone. No, that's true. Especially without Australia. Considering Australia are probably the biggest league team. The Swans are going to have a really good last quarter, because this is a bit disappointing. Very disappointing at the moment.
Definitely don't want him to lose this part of his game, because really the message would come out from John Longmire or the Sydney bench. Hey, keep going for your kicks.
Yep.
See, Errol Gordon.
Hmm.
Tim Embry there on screen. His second goal of the night. Wife Emily and little daughter Ren. 4-week goal. To be
23 points behind at the moment. I know it's doable.
a nice night.
I know it's doable with plenty of time, but
Seen the Saints kick 3 unanswered goals after the Swans got within 6.
Swans have got to close the gap.
Probably asleep yet. Hopefully. And Sydney win another clearance. Goes inside 50. Back to Webster. Under pressure from the Swans. Got to be careful.
This is, but
Backs himself in.
Roth sounds difficult to say. People need to not be so precious, and I was probably like this before discovering rugby. Well, I say discovering, I knew about rugby, but enjoying rugby is enjoy sport. That's the thing. Don't necessarily get obsessed by one sport, because other sports are just as great. You know, enjoy sport as a whole. That is that. No, I'm sure you are kidding. I know you are joking. But my point is, there are so many people that, like in football, in my soccer, you know, they insult rugby and things. Well, actually, both sports are great. Just enjoy the sports rather than being so obsessed with your own sport and so defensive. Yeah.
Any sign of Max King, Sarah?
No, he's still down in the rooms. The doctor has emerged, but Max has not.
It's not a good sign, we would think. Our doctors come back out. Keep an eye on that. Swans. Look to get going again in this.
Oh, yeah. Don't enjoy Yankee football. Old American rugby. Don't enjoy that, because that is utter shite. That is one sport you don't have to enjoy, because what a load of rubbish that is.
Nice play by the Saints. Cooper Sharman, who kicked one in the first term. Try and go back and extend this 23-point lead.
This really is not going well for the Swans now. Another mark by the Saints. Not good at all, really.
Recent times, every now and then you'll see a beautiful lead up the footy. It's an easy kick to make, and he gets a set shot for goal. It should be utilised more often.
Cooper Sharman, the mid-season recruit. He's had a couple of shots at goal. He kicked one and one out on the full. And now he's got the full set. He's got a behind to go with it.
That's a good. It was only a behind. Thank God for that.
24-point margin, game high now for the Saints. They gave up the first 2 of the term. Sydney were back within it.
This is the problem with American sports. This is the problem with the Yankee sports, isn't it? That they think they're the world champions when they only play other Yanks. It's like, there's so many memes. There's so many memes of the United States being in the only country in the world, and then being the, you know, they might as well call themselves the Universal Champions, because, you know, if they're, it's just, don't get me started, bloody Americans. I don't get it. I've got a friend who really loves American football, and I just don't understand why. I tried watching the Super Bowl, and I think I lasted about 30 minutes because there was only about a couple of minutes worth of game time. The funny thing is, what's funny about United States is that every other country thinks the same about the United States, and they're completely oblivious to it.
Big game, 15 disposal, 2 goals in. Franklin still can't shake Wilkie. The Saints turn it over again. They've got players out everywhere here. If Burns can think his way through it, he can. And again, it's Charlotte presenting at the footy. He has Higgins running to goal. Will it get over the top? It will. Good play.
Yeah.
Been dangerous off turnover all night.
If it helps, though, if it helps talking about wrestling, I've always watched WWE. I've more or less stopped watching now. It's all about AEW. AEW is amazing. Is amazing wrestling. For the entertainment, it's fantastic.
Straight in front. He's got it. He's got his fourth.
But yeah, It's the one. I tell you what, the thing that annoys me most about the Yanks is them chanting USA, USA, USA. I like, fuck off. No one gives a shit about United States. You don't need to chant United. They're so patriotic for nothing. Their country is a disaster. Oh man. USA, piss off. Getting me on. I'm getting on 2 rants now. It just. Honestly, Robert, AEW is just incredible. I absolutely love it. They've got something of everything in it. Yeah. Yeah, I saw Bray Wyatt. I didn't really like his character anyway, to be fair. Like, yeah, honestly, that's the thing. A flag is a flag. Your country, you just so happen to be born in. You know, it just happens that you get born in that country. You know, it's just a country. We're all the same. You know, we all bleed red. Yeah, the patriotism is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I think you'll find, Alex Games. It's 14, but he needs, I think. 14. Land of the free, yeah. Yeah, we could literally have a huge rant. Will, you say that, but we've got idiots that voted Boris Johnson and the Tories in, so we can't necessarily say much, sadly. .30 seconds left of the quarter. 30 points behind. This is turning into a disaster for the Swans. Get that. Come on, we need to get the 6 points. Yeah. 24 points behind. We needed that. We really needed that before the 4th quarter. I love how you've just got a buffering emoji. Come on, if we can get a last one before the buzzer goes. No. A very disappointing. Very disappointing. Very disappointing 3rd quarter. Very disappointing 3rd quarter from the Swans. Really, yeah. What a shame. They've got, what do they have to make? They've got to make 24 points now. 24 points behind. I'm sure they can do it, but they've really got to hit some get some serious momentum. The Swans do. If that 1,500 metre final's on, should we just quick? Let's go and watch. I'll go quickly watch that. Shall we? Let's stick BBC on that. We should quickly show it. I've just quickly put on the 1,500 metres. Who did I think so I did a prediction for the for this, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the Kenyans that I predicted. Who did I predict? I've got Chip Chog from Kenya to win this 1,500. Just a quick interval break watching the 1,500. Have you just ruined it for me, Beranari? Confused Xbox. Hey, buddy. I'm on 2 minutes and 22 at the moment. I think they're on that final stretch. I'm obviously slightly behind. That's right. That's all right. They're on the last lap now. Oh, the Kenyans are insane at this. The Kenyans are always the best at the long distance. Josh Kerr doing well. Norway in the lead. I know I'm slightly behind, so ignore me. God. Josh Kerr's trying to get second. I don't think he's going to make it. Is he going to make second? Oh, he made third. I tell you what, let's go. I'll go back to AFL now, but for a Brit to make third to get bronze in the 1,500, that is pretty good. Not bad at all. Very good. Right. There have been so many Olympic records broken this year. It's insane how many have been broken. I am just popping for a wee. These AFL games are so long. I'll be back in a second.
Swans 17-5. That's a smashing in anybody's language, and clearance is overall 36-22. So they've got to try and negate the Swans' dominance around the stoppages.
It's all set up for a big final turn. Sydney with so much to play for, potentially fourth spot is there tonight if they want it. It's the game that's going on in the showdown. And St Kilda
Okay, right.
chances alive with a win. An upset win against the red hot Swans. That's Kings back out.
Game on for the last quarter. Can the Swans pull back? Come on.
They're all set. That's a nice bounce from Razor Ray in game 350. Who can win the all-important first centre clearance? Dunstan did well.
Oh, yes. Dieter has just put a Sydney Swans emoji in the Discord server. Everyone's going to get using that.
Dunstan coming up for disposal number 18. It's a bit of an ordinary kick. Well, it might work out almost to Burns. Higgins sweeps it
Come on.
to Hill.
Swans have got to up the energy here. They've got to be pressuring them on every ball.
Now Steele will send it inside 50. Who wants the footy? It's Lloyd, the only one that wanted it. Takes the nice mark.
Come on, Swans.
Through Cunningham. Does a full 360. McInerney. Lloyd. Chipping ball to Heaney, who had a good third turn. Was in the middle a lot. Starting on the half-forward line. Looks towards Patley. Gave Jones a shove and fell over himself in the process. Wilkie, what a night he's had. Kept money in one.
Come on, pressure them.
Back to Wilkie.
Everyone, I think the Swans have got to push higher up the pitch. Push higher up. Pressure them from the... Oh, there we go. Pressure them from the back.
Florent might make them pay with a screwing centering ball towards Reed. He's got to beat two.
Come on. You don't even have any reason to kick that ball then.
Of Ross, Dunstan, Jones, gets past Blakey, takes one on the chin, keeps going, tough man. Now to Hill, this is the build-up the States want. He wants someone coming towards him, towards Butler, handy around goal, Butler with a clever little kick round the corner. Just ran out of players there, the Saints. Higgins comes back out the other way, goes on to the
It's just... There's a few poor choices.
land the knockout blow.
As I said, sometimes kicking the ball when they don't need to, when they should just keep hold of the ball. Things like that. Hi, James. Where were the Swans? Let me know. We'll see. We'll see, AB. We will see. I'm not sure. It's a while away yet. I can hardly think about what's happening in 2 weeks' time, let alone 2 months.
Disposal number 26, and it's a good one too to Membry on the lead. Membry will go back.
The Swans had such a good performance last week, and this just hasn't been good enough. Even as an outsider, I can see that there's not enough pressure on players. They're playing too deep.
More often going inside 50 where they've been able to really
Yeah,
make good decisions and execute.
not good enough.
One team for pressure all year, the Swans. Just the 34 tackles in this one. And Tim Membry to really make it difficult for the Swans. Right on 50s, he got the journey against
Guy stopped him. He stopped him.
something.
Thank God for that. Swans needed that. Oh, Christ. They're even using pride-coloured flags. Oh, LGB bloody flags. Good. Yes, play on. Come on. The problem is they kick it to try and get the mark closer to the goal, but they kick it when there's plenty of Saints players around. So really, it's 50-50 of you giving the ball away. There's no reason why I couldn't keep running with that. It puzzles me. It really puzzles me when you can literally keep the ball and run with it, but no, you kick the ball and give it away. It just puzzles me.
McKenzie, as Rui said, he was on the wing moments ago, drifted forward. Has Marshall one way, remembering
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
just over his head. Went for the more difficult of the options.
Why would you ignore Marshall?
Oh, come on. You've just given the ball away again.
Time he can't miss King, who was waiting on the top of the score.
It-
And they've made the easy look difficult once again.
it's ridiculous.
Complicating things, Joey. Rowan Marshall is in sort of the pocket,
Given them the ball.
not really on the boundary, but in acres of space. They could have kicked to him, decided to go into the corridor, to a contest,
This game is over.
to an injured Max King, who
This game is over. Some such poor play.
isn't moving particularly well, needs to kick this.
Well, the Saints were literally given this goal. If they, well, I assume they're going to score.
Through the middle two quarters. This is an
Oh, Jesus Christ. How did you miss from there? It must be because he's trying to dress as a bloody 70s porn star. It's messed with his brain.
he knew King couldn't run, so he
We've just been let off big time.
the other way. King couldn't go. The turnover, as soon as it came back, Rampy was out of position.
There's Lloyd playing on again. He decides to bang it straight down the middle. Secure again though, winning possession. Parker throws himself on the footy with the spoil. Now Hickey measures it down towards Goulden. Sinclair, good battle, a couple of young guns. Sinclair, Goulden comes a second time. Now Dawson.
I say I think it's poor decisions.
Round one.
It's really poor decisions. There, you're kicking it and you've just given the ball away.
Unusual option.
Once again, it's poor decisions. And the thing is, I know that it's quite often easier for someone watching to say what should have been done. It's a lot harder when you're on the pitch. But these guys are professional players, and I'm someone that's new to the game, and even I can see. You know, that's the issue. That's how badly I think the Swans are now playing.
Probably a goal from nothing if he had been able to kick that one, but not sure how much impact he can have, if any, in this last quarter.
Might tell the medical sub for the Saints.
Jones and Heaney, former teammates, just going at it a little bit. Plenty on the line, as we've said.
Got to score some goals.
Wrapped up by two Saints. And Ray's played a push in the back. I heard the explanation from Ray Chamberlain saying that Timmy Webster
Cheers, Robert.
his number.
See you again soon, mate. Thanks.
The door now for Tom Papley. It's been lively at times in this
14 minutes to go. 14 minutes and 7 seconds.
wasn't Webster, in fact, it was McKenzie. And Papley normally eats these for breakfast. He's trying to fire up his Swans. Will they get back within 20 points?
20 points. 20 points behind with 13 minutes and 58 seconds to go.
I'm not sure I've ever seen
Yeah,
give
I'm.
a player
Yeah.
just there like this when Isaac Peter's given a little bit of a cheeky one here to Jimmy Webster to Zach Jones. Have a look at the desk there. Unbelievable scenes.
You know what that is, Rui? That's all of us in homeschooling at the moment. That's all of us.
When the kids play up,
Yeah.
it's a great call, Harry. That's how I look at the boys when they're not listening.
Come on, we've got to have some energy.
To 20 points on the back of Tom.
Create space.
Looks done with ice on the right side of the groin. So I imagine by tell if he's not already on the ground, he'll be on the way. Injection of fresh.
It's all about momentum now. Have the Swans. Are they finding some momentum? I'm not sure. I am not sure.
Comfortable lead, but still a lot of time left in this game. McDunstan got a shove. Ross takes the advantage. Buddy Franklin chases after him. Laid the tackle a touch too late. Now they've got some speed in the game with Hill. Tried to hit Higgins, who's already kicked four.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ. Saints gave that one away. And then we give it away. Oh, thank God for that. Jesus Christ, keep the ball. Keep the ball. Don't look one way and just chuck it over your head and hope your own teammate gets it. Hi, Andrew. I think this is the one thing I dislike about AFL is the fact that they'll pick up the ball and just randomly chuck it behind their head to get rid of the ball, hoping that their teammate gets it. Well, my nickname, as in my name nickname. Well, I'm either Robbo or I'm Crookie. But the thing is, the frustration is there because you can see it. Watching the game, you can see the issues. And it's so simple. Like I said, little things like kicking the ball to a teammate to try and get a mark when they've got a player right next to them. You've got no one around you, so you could literally run that distance and not give the ball away. Wait for your teammate to get into a space. You know, so you got that. And then, as I said, there's the thing when players pick up the ball and quickly just offload it and hope that someone's around to get it without looking. What is my favourite food? That's a bit random. I don't know. Dim sum, probably. Some dumplings, dim sum. Don't let him touch it. Get it off him. Get him down. Get him down. It's frustrating to watch now. It's getting frustrating to watch. But this is being a sports fan, isn't it? It sort of sums it up. What's the point of being a sports fan if you're not going to be constantly frustrated and let down? You've got to take the lows and the highs and the lows. Yeah, I've got the Australian commentary now. I'm watching on Fox 504. No, I don't think the Swans will win this now. I think the Swans have been far too sloppy. Very, very frustrating. No. Swans are not going to win this. You got Saints taking a kick now. If he gets the goal, no chance. He's got a 1. He's got a behind. 23 points behind. You still need 4 goals. 4 goals in 9 minutes and 30.
That's most of the night. Saints have got the numbers. They'll share it around. Steele to Wilkie.
See, the Saints are passing the ball so much better
Trying to mark. He pulls the kicking board.
until then.
He's been the everywhere man for the Swans. And they're going to look to go. And it's Blakey who loves to run. And he's got a paddock. And he's got a one-on-one up ahead. Howard Ball. Well done by Highmore. He won the battle.
Swans have got it back. Swans have got it back. Come on, come on, come on. In, in, in. Come on. Come on. 3 goals. 3 goals in 8 minutes and 43. 81-64. Very good, very good. Pointing that toe up to the sky.
That's a great spoil one-on-one in a tough situation. Bodywork of Hayward. Just a shove Caulfield out of the way.
Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. Thank you very much.
Great lesson for any young player. And then to be able to finish after the amount of running that he done at that speed.
Massive game on situation.
Come on, 3 goals.
Parker on the bench, and McInerney's in there. Gets straight through Joe.
That's all we need. 3 goals.
Press train,
We need that momentum now.
Kennedy. Hurried snap round the corner.
Oh, come on, just kicking and hoping.
Game 50. Back in the side, returning from injury. Splits it to the near side. Go, go, go. They're telling Stevens. Go, Dill. He takes the bounce, measures the ball.
Oh,
Knocked off the footy with Hayward. The Saints have got the answers coming the other way. There's Vitel. The Saab looking for Marshall. Gets a hand up.
Big contest win from Darren Joyce. And the follow-up.
I think Buddy's only scored once. He's not. He's had a few. He's been fairly good defensively, but
The Swans with the only 2 goals.
I don't think he's really been in the positions to score. So as I said, he's only scored 1.
Applied that forward pressure. Been lively with the 2 goals.
He's running out of time to get his 1,000 goals this season, isn't he?
This one into the pocket. No King, remember. So Sharman flies at the back. Blakey. All the Saints fly for the ball. And the Swans stay out of ground.
Swans still got it. Come on.
Running their legs at the moment. Put it to Shepherd for Kennedy. Oh, in Sydney. Kennedy. I'll get the free kick anyway. Release. Downfield free. It's a downfield free. Here your kick. Come on, Mark. Downfield free.
Do I like the Aussie accent? I find the Aussie accent a bit funny.
Price it over, you can take it. Joey, and the kick goes in ball. He's missed Florent. So an opportunity opens here for the Saints. Kent sees a one-on-one, goes in that direction. It's Steele who's having a spell forward.
Get him, take him down.
Missed the handball. Goes back
If they score another.
for the handball. And the advantage should be paid. And it's going to be Cooper Shaw with a finish.
Hi, Trav Stickles. It's just so sloppy. So sloppy.
Didn't hit the handball, and the ability to then follow up, quick hand release. That's a big time play from the captain right when the Swans were coming.
It doesn't help because what they've got is they've got 3 men going to 1 ball there, 1 player. And it just means they leave 2 players without anyone trying to tackle them. And it's an easy goal when they get it.
13 inside 50s to kick their first goal of the final term. And that's 13-7, so they've dominated territory.
What made me start watching Aussie Rules? I was doing rugby videos. And I wanted a different sport to also look at. And I've got a vote on YouTube and AFL got Aussie Rules got the highest vote, so that's what I did.
Wasn't able to do so. Saints not quite home, but gee whiz, they're at the front door. Ross wobbles the ball forward. It's a hacked kick, might work out. Kick comes out. Now McKenzie. Raps it down towards the pocket. Cunningham should mark does.
Seen a conservative kick from that spot earlier. Now's the time. You got to roll the dice if you're the Swans.
And they will. They will.
That's exactly what they try and do, but it's picked off by Dunstan. Doesn't need to rush from here, just needs to think his way through it. Has Membry in the pocket, goes in that direction now. He got some separation from
Yeah.
Hart, and that was a good kick.
It's just game over, and it's game over.
Leaving one side open, plenty of space for a player to run into, unattended. A really good kick from Dunstan. Just waited for it to unfold.
Goal a minute rule. I'm not sure.
Been working hard off the ball, haven't they, all game? Creating some separation and some space for themselves. It was Membry on that occasion. He received a nice ball from Dunstan. So this one, it's probably making a bridge too far for the Swans.
Cheers, Matthew. See you later, mate.
3 points. It's going to be still 20.
Oh God.
Doesn't even make the distance.
Some really poor kicking. Some really poor kicking by Saints today.
He needs to bite something off here. Oh, gee, he runs around effective in the end. He does still sound a bit concerned about that, but it works out momentarily to Kennedy. Tapped over the back. Jones is in front of Parker. Parker won't let
How long's left of the Adelaide game?
get rid of the ball by hand. Taking a couple of tacklers is the Saints. Very serious is the call for the players.
Well, they thought that Dunstan was gone, but just as he was going to ground in the tackle, it looked like he got a little handball out. Ross,
Well, if the Adelaide game's still on, I'll switch over to the Adelaide game when this finishes.
sees McKenzie. Well done, Blakey. Got the fist in. Crouch goes hard. Still with the Saints. Can this time they put the nail in the coffin? Jones to the top of the square. Which way is the free kick going to go? It's going to go the way of the Saints.
Oh, I'd like to see a replay of that.
Holding it to jumper from umpire Lee Fisher. And this will be the nail.
Cheers, Will. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Upper Middle Bogan. I think that was my favourite comedy so far from Australia. We're in Series 2 of Kath and Kim.
Like this game, Dean Kent. This will be disposal number 15. And it'll be coming up for goal number 3. To seal the victory for the Saints, you would think. And the weekend of upsets continuing.
Just, oh man. Really disappointing.
First term to Lance Franklin. I think he's
There was a little stretch of the jump early, which is what the umpire saw, but that's a tough one.
eye contact going back the other way at the end of it.
Jump stretch there.
Yeah, as I said, Upper Middle Bogan we were really loving, and it's such a shame. It was such a shame that it was only 3 series. I've seen all of Chris Lilly's stuff.
Kilda take on the Cats.
Yeah, I've seen all of Chris Lilly's stuff. I think he's brilliant. I said I did do a Jonah from Tonga video,
Swans take on
but it's been blocked, so I'm just waiting for the dispute, and hopefully it'll be unlocked. And if it doesn't get unblocked, it'll go on the Discord in the extra content stuff.
2 from Sharman, 2 from Kim. So everyone's chipped in.
looking for icing on the cake now.
It is over, Nunya. Thanks for joining me, mate.
Squeezes it forward.
Some Mothers Do Have 'Em's brilliant.
Who's been very
Faulty Towers is brilliant.
picked a couple.
The whole forward line's been lively, Howard. The movement in front of the ball has really troubled the Sydney defenders today. They haven't been able to settle. It's created confusion. There's been a lot of blocks and working together. So it's as ballistic as you've seen St Kilda time in front of the
Memory.
Akkad? I don't know how you pronounce your name, but Blackadder's amazing. No, I haven't seen the Fenway Hurling Classic, no.
Marshall claims a mark. Called the play on.
I have seen The Castle and I've seen Crackerjack. Both very good films. Puck you miss.
Shorts aboard. Marshall again. Hickey battling for the footy. Comes back the way of Rowbottom. Swans run through the middle. Blakey.
If you like bowls, you need to watch the film Black Ball. That's a very good bowls film.
Kick one goal. And
Did who look into Freddie? Is that a question at me, Cat? Did I look into Freddie? I don't know what you mean. Freddie who?
Created a lot of run and drive off half back in this game. Disposal 26. That wasn't one of his best. Chop off by Lloyd. And then he's got to go for broke now to Swans. Goes to Reed. Has Kennedy over the top, but if he can turn it,
Red Dwarf is brilliant. Coupling's good. Only Fools and Horses good.
and then drives it in deep. And they'll just take the field position.
That's the thing. We have a lot of good comedy shows in the UK. If you want a Scottish one, Still Game is absolutely brilliant. Very good. If you want to learn about Scotland, Still Game is brilliant.
Jones throws it on the bird and will find Burns. It's been a really impressive night by the Saints. And it does keep their slim finals hopes alive. They're going to have to win their last 2 games.
Yeah.
There's still a chance. It's been off the back of that man. Rowan Marshall, 25 disposals for him is a career high. On screen, the big man comes off for a well-earned break. He's now had 25 touches.
Yeah, Steptoe and Son was a fair bit before me. a fair bit before me. I've never really seen that.
High up in the ranking points as well.
Great night for Jay Steele.
Oh. No, that was only recommended the other day. I've got a list of TV shows to watch though. Hang on, I'll add films. I've got TV shows. I've got Kath and Kim, which I'm on season 2 of, or series 2. I've got The Moodies, Rosehaven, and Very Small Business apparently to watch. Rosehaven, I did try and watch before I watched Upper Middle Bogan, and I struggled to find a stream for it.
Point issue. Contest on the wing. Memory's had a big second half. Hand pass across to Butler. Takes one bounce. Runs out to the right. Butler squaring ball is quite fantastic to Burns. Lloyd arrives really late in the scene. Get another opportunity here. Lloyd gets the
Eddie Betts. I did like the look of Eddie Betts, to be fair.
hoping for an extra goal. Comes back out towards Burns. Now Sinclair tries to burst through a couple of tacklers. Cunningham.
Mr. Bean is very visual comedy. And yeah, Mr. Bean is a classic.
Probably been the Swans' best tonight. To row bottom. And again, St Kilda's defence standing tall. Highmore finishing the game how he started. In excellent fashion. Caulfield in game 50 will enjoy
Very, very disappointed by the Swans. I was so hoping they'd have a good game.
the gold team. As was this man, Tim Emery.
But this was my point that I was talking about at the start of the game, that on paper, the Swans should have won fairly comfortably. But sadly, games aren't played on paper. Yeah.
They're going to lead at every change. And in fact, they're going to win every quarter.
Right. Let's switch over. Last few minutes of the Adelaide game.
And they just keep their slim.
What are we going to? Fox 503. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Port Adelaide are 10 points up.
As Keys, last chance hotel for the Adelaide Crows. Aaliyah just pushes Himmelberg a little bit under the ball, picked up by Dixon.
I'm not sure if I can get ABC. I probably can. Woo! 4 points. 4 points in it. I'll switch over my I don't know. I'll have to try ABC View. I'll make a note of it. I said it was a bit annoying that 10 play was still blocked. It sometimes when you use a VPN, certain websites see it as using an ad blocker. So yeah, I said Swans by 20. I think. I'll make a note of ABC iView and I'll give it a try later. See if I can get the VPN to work for it. Right, 3 minutes left. I've switched over. I think this game's ending up being a more interesting game.
There's a kick in it all of a sudden. This would be one of the great showdown victories if the Crows could steal it back from here. A roller. McPherson. Boundary line is friend. He's pretty keen to just get that ball out. Yeah. He'll take me out. Now it's a 2-on-1.
We've switched. We've switched over, guys. We've switched over. If you can't see it, it's on the Discord. We're on the Discord.
The back line, boys. Bergman's just run down. Alirali is already there now. Seaman's going down with Bergman.
Come on, Port. I want Port Adelaide to win just simply because of their playing in excess at the start of the game.
Missed his shoe after getting it knocked to him. It's alive for Adelaide, but Murray's kick smothered. Trying to get his own crumb. Dixon gave it up. Aim on. Ollie.
Whoa!
He diced them.
Behind. 5 points. Port Adelaide up by 5 points.
Down the middle. He'll get picked off. Think your way through it. A kick in it. They go with a long bomb instead, dude. Straight down the ground. Big O'Brien's thought it through. They want 50.
You can tell it's a better game because the commentators are getting really hyped.
Seaman, the man you want with it. On centre wing. Touch ball. Inside. Chaos is...
So I said my video that was meant to be for today was on AFL commentators, the best moments. No. It was on AFL commentators, and the main point I got on that video was how a really good commentator has the energy and that represents what the crowd is doing. So it'll build up slowly, and as they get closer and closer to the goal, the speed and the enthusiasm and the energy of the commentary goes up. And this seems like it's one of them games where the commentators are showing the energy. Their energy is showing what the crowd has got.
1:31 left. One kick in it. Well, Big O'Brien's played a ripping game. Yeah. This is his moment. He's a competitor, isn't he? Yeah, he's a ripper.
You say that, but when I watched the second State of Origin Rugby League game, the commentary was absolutely atrocious, and it was so monotone the whole way through. So it's not all Aussie commentators.
Great fight. Dursman went to ground though. He's wrapped up by Sloan. Crowd on ball.
1 minute and 17 left of the last quarter. Port Adelaide of 55. Adelaide Crows 51. 4 points in it.
Lysette to Wines was fantastic. Dursman caught one in the melon and kept going. And Lysette went another time. He's had another ripping game too. Everyone's playing well tonight. It's just a battle. It's just sensational. And there's a minute left in the game. Look at that ball. Bouncing around everywhere. And Robbie Gray picks it up. Hasn't seen much of it tonight, but the champion knows how to hold it up. Aim on. Cramping a moment ago. Kicks. Turns it over. Free kick. 50 seconds. No time on. Blind by the umpire. 40
Neil, why do you keep retracting your messages? I'm about to read it and you retract them.
Jones needs to go strong and direct, but he's kicked it straight to the
But anyway, yeah, cheers, Neil. Thanks, buddy.
superstar of the night. How appropriate that he's the man to thwart the advance. And
30 seconds left. Port Adelaide surely are just going to waste time.
5 seconds, there's still time. Up it goes.
No, they're not going to. That's a mark.
Gets it. 20 seconds.
20 seconds for the Crows. Crows have got their ball
Thumps it long up the line.
up to halfway.
And counting. Need a
Mark.
mark.
How is that a mark? He didn't have control of the ball. That doesn't make sense. This is one other thing that I don't get. Cheers, Lando. See you later, mate. This is another thing I don't get. The player sort of catches it, but has no control of it and drops it, and it counts as a mark. Doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense. Surely you've got to have proper control with the ball. Anyway, that is the stream's done. Stream's done. Thank you guys, everyone, for joining in. We've obviously lost a few now, but once again, thank you so much. Make sure if you haven't already, join the Discord server. Plenty of chat on there. The games that I stream, the games that I'm doing watch-alongs are always on there. Any recommendations, suggest them in the Discord suggestions channel. Yeah, thanks again for watching. Make sure if you haven't already, like the video, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, watch some of my stuff and you might enjoy it. But thank you so much. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Or have a nice rest of your evening. I will be back on later on for the Lions versus Springboks game, but you guys will probably all be in bed. And yeah, I'm gutted that the Swans didn't win. They were piss poor, to put it bluntly. Thanks, everyone. Yeah,